Hi. In dressage, we have our three basic versions of snaffles that are most commonly used. I wanted to talk a little bit about their differences. This is an egg butt snaffle, and you'll notice it's very rounded around the sides, and it's a little straightish near the mouthpiece of the bit, versus a D-ring, which is rounded on the outside, but it's quite straight by the mouthpiece of the bit. Let's compare those two side by side. So they're a little bit different. This top one is a bradoon. This is actually my horse's bit. He wears a bradoon because he has such a tiny little head. He's in a cob bridle all the way on the top holes. So the bradoon was a way to take up a little bit of the cheek piece size, because as you can see, the bradoon ring is a fair amount smaller than the ring on the D-ring snaffle that's here. The mouthpiece is the same size, it's just the rings that are different. And then this is a loose ring snaffle, and the entire ring is round, and you can see it spins. The other two bits, this piece does not spin like this at all. They're fixed there with hinges instead of spinning all the way around. So we're not going to talk about the mouthpiece that actually goes into the horse's mouth, because I really feel that that part is very specialized, and it's important to have someone that is good at fitting bits or very experienced with different bits to help you find the mouthpiece that's appropriate for your horse. So we're just talking about the rings that are most commonly used. There are full cheeks, half cheeks, gag bits, all sorts of other things, but in dressage, these are the three most common versions of bits. So when I start with a young horse, I usually start with them in an Eggbutt snaffle, unless I notice from the groundwork that they're not normal in the mouth. Not that other versions are abnormal, but a horse that goes well in an Eggbutt snaffle is a horse that's willing to take contact, isn't rude in the contact, doesn't suck back behind the contact. They're just kind of a zero. They're not heavy, they're not too light. So the Eggbutt is usually my first starting point. It's a stable bit with the hinge here, but it doesn't encourage pulling or sucking back. I hate to use the word sucking back, but I think people understand that one. So when I start with the Eggbutt, if I find that it wasn't the appropriate choice for the horse, I would see that the horse is maybe pulling, they're too heavy, they don't give as quickly as I might want them to give. So a horse like that, I would go to the loose ring snaffle. So with the loose ring snaffle, when the horse goes to pull against your hand, automatically this ring starts to spin just a little. It's not a lot, but it gives just a little vibration on the bit before the rider really has a chance to react. So horses that tend to be just a little bit more into the contact than what I think of as normal, I like a loose ring. And then if they tend to be a little bit too round in the neck, a little too poised in the neck, too light in the bridle, I go to my D-ring. And actually, I don't even own a D-ring. This is a horse that's in for training. This is the bridle that he came with. And I actually don't even ride him in this bit because he's really light, and then he yanks you out of the saddle. So I find that I want the bit that's going to work the best when he's the worst, because I can ride him tactfully when he's in that right place or when he's a little bit too round, but when he goes to root and kind of take off with me, this doesn't work. And so I'm riding him in the worst choice for when he's the worst behaved. So I actually ride him in this bit right here, in the loose ring snaffle. The mouthpiece is almost identical. I just changed the rings on it. So I guess that covers the three main versions of snaffles that we would usually use in the dressage. If anyone has any questions, you can leave me a message. You can email me, go to my website. There should be a link at the beginning and the end of this video. I'd love to hear from you all. Have a great day.